Good morning, everybody. It's daylight savings time. I haven't even adjusted the clock yet. I got to move this thing forward an hour. I think there are 2 states in the country that don't do it. I think Arizona's one of them. I don't know what the other one would be. I don't know. Would it be like Nevada or something? But anyway, I'm Don. This is Rockin' the Country. I'm doing a gift request, and it is, well, Zach Barber made a gift to the channel for me to do this one. Zach, shout out to you. Thank you for this gift. Kenny Rogers, Slow Dance More. And Zach said when he sent the request in to me, he said something to the effect like the lyrics are self-explanatory or something to that effect. So anyway, from Zach to everybody else, Slow Dance More by the one and only Kenny Rogers. I have a feeling I know what this song's going to say. I don't know it.
Grady Johnson was a common man, 4 children and some bottom land. Early to bed, he said, now that ain't me. Gotta spend some time with my family. Left to its own device, May becomes June, and children grow up way too soon. So love your neighbor as yourself. Don't use money to measure wealth. Trust in God, but lock your door. Buy low, sell high, and slow dance more.
Nice.
Mamie Johnson was Grady's wife. She bore his children and she graced his life. Hand in hand, side by side, they worked hard to simplify. Some folks have, some have not. What matters most is what you do with what you've got. So love your neighbor as yourself. Don't use money to measure wealth. Trust in God, but lock your door. Buy low, sell high, and slow dance more and more. I think I understand what my father's father meant. He said, son, what matters most, you can count on just one hand. Love your neighbor as yourself. Don't use money to measure wealth. Trust in God, but lock your door. Buy low, sell high, and slow dance more.
One hand.
Buy low, sell high, and slow dance more.
I love this. Oh, that was the song. That was a song, Zach. I don't know if anybody's requested that one before, but that was a song. It felt good the whole way through it. Yeah, the personal touch with, like, who was it? Like Grady Johnson, and was his wife's name Mamie or something? It doesn't matter. But then the advice, the instrumentation made you feel good. The way Kenny sang it, it wasn't downtrodden. Because this kind of song, you could have a down cadence to it, and he didn't. He kept it sort of like going up, that feel good advisory type stuff. I thought this song was going to go in a different direction. I thought it was going to be really more analogizing life to dancing. Like, life gets all kinds of crazy. You could lose track of who you're with, going through life with. Take time to slow down and slow dance more, and using slow dancing as a metaphor for slowing down in life and paying attention to who you've got. But it went a different direction, and I love the direction he went in. And anytime I see a title, of course, it automatically sets expectations of what it might be. And it happens to you too, whether or not, it doesn't matter if you're doing reactions or not. You hear the title of a song, you're like, what's this one going to be about? That's just the way the human psyche works. We instinctively sort of predict or get a sense, rightly or wrongly, of what's coming. And we do judge books by their covers. That's the nature of covers. So, in any case, songs, we judge them by their titles, and then we're either right or wrong. This was in a different direction. I really like that line, trust in God, but lock your doors. Because I remember when I ran into when I first got into, this is decades ago, I got, like, shortly after college, I got into pretty hardcore Bible study. It was really like a fundamentalist group where, and maybe some of you have been part of these groups before or not, I don't know. Maybe some still are, but where you think you're right and anybody who differs from you is wrong. And that's just the folly of youth, where you just think you're so right and gung-ho on what you believe. But I remember thinking, oh, I don't need to lock my car doors because God's going to protect me, right? and I was wrong. Not that I got broken into, but that's just not the way it works. It's not like God's not a spiritual vending machine where he just, does what you want. I mean, pay attention to life. You'll see that's true. But buy low, sell high. I mean, it's standard Wall Street advice, standard investing advice. If you can pull it off, that's the challenge. But I really liked that he threw in slow dance more, and that became the title of the song. And maybe it always was going to be the title of the song, because when you're writing something, you have a working title. Like when I write books, there's always a working title. And then I may change it, and I'm always thinking of a better title. And same thing for songs. Like, do I want to call the song Lock Your Doors? Love Your Neighbor. But that was good. And Zach, I think you also said this is a good Sunday song. I don't remember. And I get on my reactions very quickly. I mean, I'm going to a basketball game. It's senior day. I'm a Rutgers season ticket holder for basketball, wrestling, and had been football for quite a while. But today's the final day. We're playing Ohio State, so I had to get my work done. Of course, I find out last night it's daylight savings time. I'm losing an hour, getting all this stuff done. But I made sure I got up this morning to get this reaction done, so it was up, because you said this would be a good Sunday one. And it is. This is a good any day song, but of course, anytime you have references to God or something to that effect in a song, and there were two, it's like, trust in God, but lock your doors, love your neighbor as yourself. I think he actually said that, which is actually the second commandment in the Jewish law, which, Christianity emanated from Judaism, and then it diverged in different doctrinal ways, but that's a different issue for my theology channel. All right, guys, I'm going to rate this one. I loved Kenny's voice on this. I love the tempo. I love the cadence. Kenny's diction was so clear in this song that sometimes, even with well-known artists, I have to strain to pick up some of the words. I didn't have to guess a single lyric in this thing. I mean, it was very clear. Boy, oh boy, this might surprise you, but the number that popped into my head for this song was a 9.5. I mean, it just seemed like a simple song, but even the way the fiddle came in and the tempo and all the instrumentation lent itself to being sort of happy and just in it with Kenny. You felt like you were right in there, like he's giving you advice without preaching. You're like, oh, that's beautiful. And it was his father's father who passed this along on one hand. And I'm like, all right, one hand. I'm guessing he's being literal here. And so you saw me use my fingers to count. And it was one hand. That's the advice he gave to his son that got passed down. And slow dance more. So good advice. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. That's from Zach Barber. You can thank him for that one. Have a great day. See you on another video. Keep rocking the country.